Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mel's Stampin' Gallery. I'm Melanie, your close to my heart maker. And for today's video, I have quite a few layouts here that I wanted to share with you. Some of these I have videos for, and some I do not. So some will be new to you as well. And for my card makers, make sure you stick through to the end because I do have a few samples of cards that I want to share with you. Also, I wanted to share with you a piece of information that you probably already know about Close to My Heart. This video is being filmed on April 3rd of 2024. And you know, at the end of April, all Close to My Heart makers will no longer have websites. Close to My Heart is closing their doors as of June 30th, but myself as a maker will no longer be in business with Close to My Heart after April 30th. Um, but the exciting news is that when God closes a door, He opens a window. And for us, that has been a transition into Stampin' Up, which I am very excited about because, as you may or may not know, Stampin' Up is where I actually started my crafting journey way back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, probably around there. And I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator for quite a few years, and then life just kind of took over. I started working full time, and it just got to be too much. So I stepped away from it for a little while, and when I came back after retiring and COVID, I started seeing a lot of things from Close to My Heart and really liked their products. Really like scrapbooking because that is one of my first loves, but I do like the card making as well. So I signed on as a Close to My Heart maker, and that was about 2.5 years ago. So as I said, Close to My Heart is closing for me as of April 30th. But as of May 1st, I will be a brand new Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I am very excited about that. And I hope you will stick with me through that journey as well. So that's all I have to say about that. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let's start looking at some of these layouts. Okay, so for the first layout, I'm actually starting with one that does not have, let's see if I can zoom out. There we go. Does not have a process video for it. I recently went to a crop. Actually, it was a crop that I hosted, and this is the layout that I made. And this one used the Love Notes collection from Close to My Heart. And I of course, had stickers and a stamp coordinating stamp set and the paper pack to go along with that. And this was a fun way to document my youngest granddaughter. This was her first baseball game, and her mom and dad are huge baseball fans. So that was fun to document that. Okay, let me move that one out of the way. Now the next one, again, I do not have a process video for, but this is one of our Close to My Heart kits. Let's see, it's a double page. And really, this one, these kits are awesome because they are basically a no-brainer kind of a thing. The background, I don't know if you can see that, is even pre-printed. So like this paper, this is not two separate pieces of paper. That's actually pre-printed on there. And then it gives you some of the cutouts and paper board shapes and instructions to follow exactly. And then this was some stamping on a banner piece. So that is from one of our Make It From Your Heart kits. All right, so let's move that one aside. Okay, these next three layouts I do have, let me make sure. Yes, I do have a process video for, and they were all layouts using the Sweet Memories collection. And this one I liked to showcase how it was for a winter scene and not just vintage photos, which so many people were using for this card kit. And this video was actually part of a series that I do with Erin over at Crafty Concepts with Erin. as we work our way through the Close to My Heart, Make It From Your Heart, Volume 6 sketchbook. So this was one of those in that series, and you can see the playlist to that series down below. And I like this one. I had a little, I like the paper tearing in it, and the stickers, and the embellishment clusters, and it was really photo heavy, which that's fine. I like that. I like the way it turned out. Then another layout from that same collection I actually did as a make and take for a crop that I hosted, and that was using the Sweet Memories collection, the papers, as well as the digital art elements. And I haven't put a picture in there yet, but I will. And then I used some sponging on the background behind this big viewfinder master wheel, and some splattering. I like to add splattering to things. And this was using that smushing technique where you use the cellophane bag to smush your ink onto your cardstock. And then of course I like to sand and sponge the edges of my digital art pieces to give them a little bit more depth. All right, so that's that one. And the next one from that collection is, I do have a video for it, and this was very special because not only is it special because of the pictures, obviously, but because it was also part of a collaboration I did to honor my friend Erin as she reached her 20,000 subscribers, and we all picked a layout of hers and recreated it, and this is the one I did of hers. And of course I've got my stenciling and my splatter in the background here. I combined some digital art with it, and again, like I said, I like to sand up the edges and rough things up just to give them a little bit of extra texture. All right, so that was that one. All right, moving along to a more recent layout that I did, and this was, I do have a process video with this one, and this was with the Makers with Heart design group that I'm a part of, and our focus that month was the color Journey, which is the color of the year at Close to My Heart. And actually, right now, they are having a huge Journey color cardstock bundle sale. All things Journey are on sale, and they also have some special new products that are exclusive to the Journey special, and I will have that link down below for you. Now, the next one uses the collection Let's Party from Close to My Heart, and actually I do have a video for these pages, and there are two separate videos actually because they were done. This was part of my sketchbook challenge with Erin, and that was from the like I say, Make It From Your Heart Volume 6 book, and the Let's Party cardstock, papers, stamps, and embellishments. And then the following week I made this page as a companion page to that one, and this page was actually one of my first, was it the mystery envelope? Yes, it was the mystery envelope from Julie from the Makers with Heart design team group. And that one I also used the Let's Party because she included some of the Let's Party papers in this cute little Mickey Mouse cutout there. So I decided to create a companion page for this one. And like I said, this all was from the Let's Party collection. The next one is actually part of the digital art collection, and this one is called Evergreen. It was the Evergreen collection, and I love the paper from that collection so much. It was so beautiful, and I think a lot of you loved it as well because they had a hard time keeping that in stock. But I just used the digital art to cut out the different embellishment pieces and my title and the tags here. And then on the second page, the same thing. The scrapbook layout had these tags with photos on it. And then I had this deer stamp in the woods that I just stamped, and I fussy cut out the deer and made the tag to go along with these pictures. And then I took one of the stickers from the sticker sheet to put my journaling in up here. So that was these two pages. Let's see if you can see those together. All right. Let's see, what's the next one? The next one is a double page layout, and this was from one of our scrapbooking workshops. What was this? The Silver Bells collection. And I pretty much used that one just the way it was, and just followed the directions and added my photos to this. So there really wasn't anything different that I did to it. Like I said, those workshop collections are so awesome because all you have to do is cut your paper and follow the directions, and they worked perfectly for my pictures here. So like I said, that was the Silver Bells collection. The next one, let's see, sticking with that Christmas theme, is a double page layout. Here's one side and here's the other. And yes, this does have a video. It's been a very popular video because if you can see up here, I used some texture grit paste to create the chimney effect. And I thought if I could find it real quick, I would show you, but I can't find it right now. And I think it was also part of the, part of the Sketchbook Challenge, the Makers from Your Heart Volume 6 Sketchbook. So that was in the Sketchbook Challenge as well. So I did a lot of extra here on this. I did this, the texture paste here, and I also used some more digital art to create this little scene here in the center. And then of course used all the other bits and pieces from the paper collection, the Christmas Story paper collection. And speaking of Christmas Story, here's one that I have that you haven't seen before because I've never posted it. It was an exclusive that I did for the Close to My Heart convention, virtual convention last year. I was asked to be a guest designer, and I was asked to showcase their digital art. So I used the digital art from the Christmas Story collection to create these embellishment clusters here, and also this doily was also part of that collection as well, the digital art collection, and then a few stickers and the pattern papers from that collection to create that layout. Okay, and let's see, the same papers that I used on this layout, I used to create this layout. I love the vintage feel of those papers to document these photos of, actually that's my husband and his sister visiting Santa in downtown Cleveland. And I do have a video for this, and one of the things I highlight in the video is how I used our Irresistibles cardstock to make my own cardstock pieces here. All right, so let's see, moving along to another vintage layout. And this one uses the collection called It's the Good Life collection. And let's see, I do have a video for this. I don't think it was part of the Sketchbook Challenge. I think I just made the video. But like I say, I do have a video for this, and that kind of highlights what I did down here to the wheel to make that aged look. And yeah, I guess that's about it on that one. Pretty simple, really. Just some photos, some embellishment clusters, and like I say, I have a video. The video shows how I created that look with that windmill there. And with that same collection called The Good Life, I did this double page layout. Okay, here and here, using that same collection to document my daughter and her chickens. And I show you how I created the title here, and I did that on Cricut as well. And then I also used some of that texture paste, that grit paste, to create the chicken wire, stencil some chicken wire here on the different cardstock pieces. And then the Good Life had coordinated stamp sets to go with it that I stamped, thin cut, and colored with my markers to get the chicken and the truck and the windmill on there. And as I do, I sponged around the edges of the cardstock just to make it stand out a little bit more, give it that aged feel. Oh, and this barn, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got that wood grain texture. These are parts of the, what do they call those? They're the, it was like a wood grain paper board shapes that they had that goes with that collection. So I really like the added texture that went along with that. All right, so let's move along to some summertime photos. And this one uses an old collection. What's it called? Beach Party, maybe? I don't really remember, but this was, I also have a video for this as well. And let's see, just some cool techniques that I did up here for some of these embellishment clusters. Again, this was from the Cricut Design Space. This was from some of this coordinating stamp set and stickers, which also had these cool foam shapes. And then if you can see that seashell, I die cut that out and then sponged it and then took some glitter paste and sprinkled on there. Oops, it's kind of coming off. I better adhere that down better. All right, so that's that one. And then the same thing here. It had the coordinating stamp set to go with it that I made those stamps and put some journaling on here. So that was that. All right, so now let's move into Halloween. This one I do not have a process video for. I was at my retreat when I did this one, but it's just one of those that I had to buy that stamp because it went so perfectly with my photos. I don't know if I'll ever use that stamp again. I think I might have made her a birthday card with it, but I don't know. And then this also used, is it called Sweet Treats or Good Treats from Halloween last year in 2023. And then it had the spider web page and some stamps and the designer series paper, of course, to go with it. So that was that one. And these cute little ghosts. Aren't they adorable? And let's see, this one, I do believe I do have a video on this one, and this one gives you a lot of tips and tricks about how to pick your paper and what orientations to use. But it's that same stamp set collection. And for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. Good Treats or Sweet Treats or something. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I'll try to look that up. And then I've got that spider web again on the pink glitter paper for that. This one gave me a lot of trouble because of the red in these photos. So it was really hard to kind of work with this collection when that red was sticking out there. But I think it works. Looks pretty good to me. So that was the Halloween. And then this is that same collection. It's not Halloween, but it's October. It's fall. So it all went together, and we were at a pumpkin farm. So you can see, and I do have a video for this one, and you can see the different things that we did here. I like how I did the title up here with the sponging, and then it had the big stamp and the banner pieces on the sticker sheet that went with that. And then from my stamp stash, I had some stamped alphabet letters that I used to stamp the title, and then the cute little spider web that was probably from, I think it was, from this little girl stamp set here. So I did get some more use out of it. And then again, we have that spider web down here, and this was a combination of stickers and stamp sets that were stamped and cut and colored. And this one I added a little bit of sparkle to down there. And let's see, this one, some more digital artwork for you. And again, that spider web, I got a lot of use out of that spider web, didn't I? This was my two oldest granddaughters. Their birthdays are like a week apart in the fall, so we usually have a birthday party together for them. So they went to a petting farm, an alpaca petting farm, and the theme was Charlotte's Web. So I found just an image online, and I just printed that out as a photo and put it on the for the title. And then the title, the Happy Birthday, is actually one of the digital art, the digital collections in the core catalog. And this digital title was only $1, so that's a pretty good deal, I think. All right, and we've got that little spider web again, the journaling, the cute little pigs, a little bit of splattering. Here's some stamping with a wood grain texture stamp that I added to that. So that's that one. And what do we have here? Oh, this one I do not have a video for because this one was also part of the collaboration I did for the Close to My Heart virtual convention last year. And like I said, my assignment was to use the digital art. And this is another one of those dollar titles that are in the core collection, in the core catalog right now. And you can still download those and keep them on your computer and use them forever and ever. And I add offsets to them, and I, what's it called? Squeezed them together, welded them together so that the titles were all one. Added, like I said, offset, added the flowers around there and a little embellishment cluster down here with the flowers as well. And then, like I said, this doily was that doily from the Christmas collection. So I used that down there, and then some of the acrylic shapes up here as well. And then, of course, the journaling down here, down below. All right, let's see. That brings us to, let's see, this layout. I really love how this turned out. I was scrap lifting a layout in the core catalog. Let's see if I can bring that in for you here quickly. Here it is. I was scrap lifting this layout first because I really liked it, and I thought this stamp set is adorable. It's called Your Smile stamp set, and it's one that benefits our Operation Smile charity. So I wanted to use that, and I did recreate that, and I do have a video for this one. And in the video, I actually include for you the design space file where you can cut out these circles. Now, these circles were cut from the Irresistibles cardstock, and then I just picked the colors of ink that I wanted that went along with my photos. And then I just used colored pencils to color in some of those different stamped images. Add a little bit of stamping and sponging around there, some faux stitching around the edges, and yeah, call that one done. So sweet and simple. And then another one to go along with that Smile stamp set. This one I do have a video for, and it was part of the Makers with Heart design team. And our challenge for the month was to use the Smile stamp set on a layout or a card of our choice. So I created this with that Love Notes collection paper, the little stamping here, little banners here. Oh, I actually took, to make this scallop border, and you'll see that in the video if you go back and watch it, I took the lollipop alphabet, I think it's called, and it was the letter B, actually. I stamped sideways. I think it's a B. Yes, it was the B, and I just stamped it up and down to make a scalloped border on that one. So like I say, there is a video for that that you can find on my channel as well. Let's see, that brings us to, we have just a couple more here. Now this one I did, this is called Gnomes for Winter, and it had stamp sets and the paper that went with it. And what I did on this one, I created a file in Design Space, which I did share with you on the video for this one. And I just made the sketched circle with 3 lines all around the outside. And then I took a stamp, snowflake stamp with silver ink, and stamped over that. And then I added some clusters with stamps and acrylic shapes. And I added some glitter gel to the paper down here and the title. And then this one is a companion page for that. Okay, so you see it uses the same paper, and got a title here. Do you want to build a snowman? And I think there is a video for this one, and I think it's part of the sketch series that I am doing with Erin as we work our way through the Volume 6 sketchbook, which we will continue to do. Even though Close to My Heart is shutting down their doors, we have the sketchbooks, and we are still going to continue working through that sketchbook. So, in this one, I added some, I had so many pictures of them playing out in the snow, so I did add a couple of flip-flaps to those pages as well. And on Cricut, I went and I found a snowflake border that I cut out and I put some of that sparkle glitter gem on that border. And the last layout I have, we're jumping back to Christmas. This is a layout again that we did in our sketchbook series, and I actually used again some of that digital art from that Christmas Story digital art collection, and that's where this paper came from as well. This is a stamp I had from Close to My Heart in my stash that's no longer available, and I stamped that with gold ink to come down, and this really has a lot of shimmer and shine to it in person. I also put a gold, I painted each one of those poinsettia leaves with gold shimmer trim, and this is that doily again from that digital art collection. And then I just simply created a title, Simply Adore Her, and I actually had the Simply and Her, I did a pen and draw feature to write the Simply and Her, and then the words adore I put in the center of that. All right, so that does it for our scrapbook layout. I know a lot of you are card makers, so I wanted to share some of the cards I've made over the year in my Close to My Heart journey. And this is one, again, from the digital art collection. Oh, I forget what that one was called. Sweet Treats, or no, something about baking. But again, I did it on the digital art. I didn't have the scrapbooking workshop kit or the card making workshop kit that went with this, but I did have the digital art. So I copied or scrap lifted the design from the card making kit, but then I just print and cut the different images for the milk and cookies for that card. This one is also made from the digital art collection, In Full Bloom, I believe it's called. And I used the butterfly to cut out that, and after I adhered the pieces down, this technique I like to do, I run it through my embossing folder, and then because the Close to My Heart cardstock has a white core, when you sand that, then of course that white core shows up. And then this goes along with that. Remember that Sweet Memories layouts that I showed you? This is also from the Sweet Memories collection. I did a print and cut on that card as well. And then this one is from the card making set Birthday Wishes. This was very popular, so you might have that as well. But this was right from the workshop. I didn't change anything about that at all. The only thing I did was add a little bit of glitter shimmer pen, clear shimmer pen to the balloons. But then for a Makers with Heart video, I did kind of recreate that, and for the background then I added some stenciling and some splattering for the background, and I do have a video on this one. All right, and then I made one of these fractured cards. These have been so popular online. I've been seeing them all pop up everywhere, and I don't often do card making videos, but this one I posted still shots of this on my social media pages, and it was so popular, and I had so many people asking me how I made that I did create a video for that. So I do have that on my YouTube channel as well. And this uses the Honey Bunny suite of products, the card making stamp set and the different pattern papers. And these next cards all come from the Honey Bunny not scrapbooking, card making workshop, and I did these cards with the girls in my club last month, and I had all 4 of them cut for them, and they were able to pick 3. So we had the 4 cards plus the fractured card, and they were able to pick 3 that they wanted to make that night. And I think these are all just so adorable. What I like about that card making set is it had this exclusive butterfly die with it, which I think is just so stinking adorable. And this was another one of the cards. And the only thing I did different is I added the shimmer trim to it, added the faux stitching around the banner here. And then it also had instructions for the slimline card. And again, all I did was add the shimmer brush and drew a doodle line across the edge there. And then just one more card. This one I just recently created, just a quick card going out to some very special VIPs and customers this month, because I really do appreciate everyone and their support through my journey through Close to My Heart. And I hope to see you May 1st as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So for links to all my social media pages, be sure to check the description box down below, and I'll have as many products as I can listed down below. A lot of things, of course, aren't available anymore. They've been selling like crazy. But like I said, I so appreciate you joining me and taking time out of your busy day to watch my videos. If you want to help me in any way, the easiest thing you can do is give that video a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done that, and hit that notification bell so you are so you are notified every time I upload a video. Thanks again for joining me, and until next time, bye bye.